Welcome to Channel AMIC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn a little bell on the side, so once we have all the updates, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now today's video, we would like to discuss a topic which is not oftenly discussed, as it's only cover three type of occupation under the skill migration program, which is the accountant, engineer, and the ICT profession. So you probably already guessed and read the title. What is about professional year, and is professional year still that good and that requires mandatory point to actually be accrued for your upcoming skill assessment and your skill migration? That's the topic that we wanted to talk about in this video. Now, what is professional year? Let's have a look and going back to the very root of the actual EOI and skill points system. So as you may notice, a lot of skill migration program in Australia utilize points. Now, people may argue that, well, it's not fair. Why is it only accountants, ICT and engineer able to actually get professional year points? Now, what is a professional year? Professional year is an extra year. Once you graduate and complete your Australian study in Australia, they're giving you a right to actually have another year of, well, we can tell study or perhaps a little bit of internship there as well, just to get people in this professional skilled up. Now, if you are not a skilled migrant, there's no point of doing professional year. So what is the point of professional year? Well, another group of people may argue it's just another program that the government and the institution want to make money out of you. Well, I can't say yes or no, but let's have a look what it is. So as you notice, the skill independent visa and also the state nomination program is point based. So point based obviously means the more points, the better you get. You better chance that you get invited. Now, so is it giving a professional year extra point, giving the advantage for the accounting graduate, ICT graduate, and engineer graduate more opportunity to migrate? Well, I will answer that at the end of this video. Let's have a look what it is. So when we go into a point test system, we go to eligibility, and obviously there is a need of skill assessment and the points. So what I'm gonna do is I'll jump straight to the end, but if you do want to know the nitty-gritty detail about points and all that, I've done a specific video on that one, so you might want to search that one and have a look how the point system works. So the professional year under the point system does provide you an extra 5 points. Now, why is it only ICT and why is it only accountant? Why is it only an engineer? Well, arguably, I think the problem is back in the old day when they first invent the point test system skill migration program, these are the three favorable and most picked and chosen subjects in the occupation for the overseas student to actually study with. So they have came out with an idea saying that, look, well, we better get these skill migrant more skill. Well, provided if you're local, if you're a domestic student, you don't need to do that. So how would that actually benefit an international student? I have no idea, and that's why there are people talking about the professional year is basically a program to actually suck up more money from the migrants. Well, I don't want to comment too much on that one, but you'll make your own judgment on that. So anyway, so this is actually only for these three types of categories of occupation. So as you can see down here, Australian Computer Society, that's all ICT people, CPA and the charter accountant, obviously that's for accountant, engineers Australia, that's for all the engineers. So apart from getting there, now these initially you're gonna pay two 2 times to the skill assessing authority. So is the skill assessing authority making more money on this one? Oh, well, you can make a judgment on that too, okay? So the professional year needs you, a graduate, to actually conduct another 12-month of, well, what they call study or internship. I've asked a number of the graduates. Some will say it's actually very good. Some will say, it's anyway. But, well, did they actually finish the professional year, came out more competitive and more advanced than the general domestic student? I don't know. Well, probably you make your own judgment there too. Why don't you leave a comment right down below? Anyway, so these extra 5 points, what we will suggest, because it's out there, if you really want to migrate, the extra 5 points is actually very vital. And plus, it's a way to actually get you a full skill assessment, because without going through Australian Computer Society or the CPA or Engineers Australia, you can't get skill assessment. So if you're a graduate of, only apart from an engineer, because an engineer get a full skill assessment straight away, so there's no actual need to enroll yourself into professional year. But for the accountants and ICT professions, they will say this: look, why don't you go out and find a full-time job and work for 1 year, and then you still get a skill assessment. Now the problem is, if you're only a graduate, unless you're very, very bright, okay, how do you get a full-time job and on your occupation straight away and very smoothly completing 12-month experience and get that full skill assessment? So it's actually very rare. So they will say this: look, don't worry about it. We'll train you up. We'll train you to be a professional. Well, I don't know whether or not they have done the good job on that one. You leave a comment there. Come to our professional year. So as long as you complete our professional year, you have a full skill assessment. Anyway. But anyway, that 5 point is still vital. You still need to get it anyway. So I think there's no really options for people study the overseas students study ICT or accountants or engineer to actually go through that. Now, finally, let's have talk about how effective this extra 5 point is. Now, obviously, you've noticed the past 2, 3, 4 years, the EOI points has jacked up to 90, 100 points and things like this. Now, and these people require those kind of high mark are generally the engineer, the accountants, and the ICT professions. Wow. Well, so does this extra 5 point actually help you, or does it actually jack up to the point, to a certain point that not really everybody can actually accept it? I'm not too sure. But the problem is, do you see a mass number of accountants? Do you see a mass number of ICT profession? Do you see a mass number of engineers, graduate actually get skill migration smoothly? I'm not saying they won't do it, but is it smoothly? Once you get completing professional, do you get invited straight away? I think that's a big question mark there. So whether or not this actually do good job or not, but look, if you don't do it, you lose 5 points. You are less competitive than all the other people. So I'm not too sure how this system will go. Well, my best goal is choose some other occupation other than these three. I think it's much better and easier, and you spend less money because you don't have to go to professional. It costs a lot of money as well, and you still have a good way to go, unless your interest is actually in these three topics. You're highly interested to become accountant, you're highly interested to become an ICT profession, and you're highly interested to become a certain type of engineer. Then obviously you choose those ones. Otherwise, if your goal is to migrate, choosing these three will actually hit up more burden on you. Anyhow, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below, and I see you next video. Goodbye.